Today's the day that I want to talk to you because many times there is some extra work that needs to go into it. And you can do that by calling 934-1400 or going online to unitedcapitallending.com. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversation with Anna, and we're going to talk some with Whitney, and we're going to find out how Whitney buys houses. Stay tuned to More Mortgage Matters. We'll be right back.
Interest-free radio and fixed-rate truth. Welcome back to Mortgage Matters from United Capital Lending with Roger McGee and Mike Raines.
All right, rock and roll. We're back on Mortgage Matters. Thanks for staying tuned right here on 94.3 WNFZ. My name is Roger McGee. I'm the General Manager at United Capital Lending. We've been in Knoxville serving our clientele since July 1998. We just celebrated our 17-year anniversary here in Knoxville. Yes, I'm getting old. Thanks for staying tuned. Folks, we have been having a great couple of conversations. First with Ken Whelan, a reverse mortgage specialist. He can be reached at 924-0807 at United Capital Lending, 934-1400. And we started a conversation with Anna Whitworth, who is one of our senior loan officers at United Capital. And Anna and I and Whitney and Kenny, we were just having this conversation during the break that I think we should highlight right now because it's important. You know, it's as a seller of a home, you know, the reality is there's a lot of work involved. You're keeping the house clean, your showroom ready all the time, and it's such a drain, you know. But the thing that you should also be working on during this time frame is making sure you're prepared and you're ready to buy your next house. You're ready to make your next move because it's pretty important, Anna.
Yes.
What have you seen out there in that regard?
What I've seen lately is I do a lot of marketing events, and I'll talk to agents, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just a listing agent," and I'm like, "Oh, perfect." And they look at me kind of crazy, and I'm like, they say, "Well, I don't deal with buyers." Actually, you do. Your listing that you're going to get from this client, it's going to be potentially a buyer, or he could possibly have another plan in mind. But for the most part, and when you go to that, when they go to that initial appointment at the home, and they say, "Well, we need to do this, we need to paint this, we need to do this," they're failing to also mention that you need to get pre-approved on potentially what you could afford when you go out and we sell your home. They need to know in the back of their mind what they can afford. Things change financially for people. They move around, they lose jobs, get better jobs, take out more debt. So potentially you could lose that listing if things have really changed for that client. So the perfect time to discuss something like that, and it wouldn't be as awkward, is when you do go to that first listing appointment and you're talking to them and they're excited. They want to sell this house and they're willing to do whatever it takes. That pre-approval conversation needs to come up just to make sure that everyone's on the same page and everyone is prepared. And this happens about 50%, you know, about 50-50 in my history. So,
Whitney?
I just wanted to let you know that in Knoxville, the average home is on the market for 54 days. So if you're going to a listing appointment and you're not talking about what their plan is in the next 60 to 90 days, you have missed a great opportunity to turn these sellers into buyers. And they need their pre-approval letter to buy something. They're going to be moving. And if you think about how fast 54 days can go by, in real estate, that's really quick. Mm-hmm. It's quick as a broker. It's quick, I'm sure, as a mortgage professional, so y'all need that paperwork in place. But the listing agents really need to plan on that house selling in 54 days, and they need to tell their seller that 54 days is the average day on market in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so while they're packing their boxes and they're getting their house ready to move out, they need to be preparing to move in and also getting ready for their mortgage. You know, when it comes to, go ahead, Anna, you had something else?
I mean, I have a client that I'm working with right now, and sweet lady, and at this point, she sold her house. Actually, what's today? Wednesday? Sold her house today, went to closing, and now she's going to get movers to move into her daughter's house. Okay, put all of her stuff in storage, and she's been looking for 3 or 4 weeks, but I mean, who wants to move 2 times? Do you like to move?
Heck no, I hate to move.
It's expensive too because you have to pay the
It
movers
is.
or your son or your dad or
Yeah.
whoever.
You get a lot of
You gotta
buy
say thank
a
you.
lot of pizza too for your friends.
Yes.
Pizza and beer.
No comment. I was going to say in a keg, pony keg, but
So fantastic information, and Anna can be reached at United Capital 934-1400 Monday through Friday. We do have folks that serve office hours on the weekend. So the
Serve
reality
pizza
is,
and beer.
we understand that life is busy. We understand that you have demands on your time, but making proper plans for your next financial move. Your home is probably one of the largest, or for most people is the largest investment they will ever make. So you got to make sure that you put your ducks in a row. And if you work with our company, I'll give you just a quick snippet. One of the things that we try to do, let's say you come in with a 700 credit score. Well, did you know with a 700 credit score, you're not optimizing your actual interest rate on a conventional loan? There's a Fannie Mae pricing hit, actually Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac pricing hit with a 700 credit score. But what we do for our clients is we'll look at your credit and we'll say, if we dial it in a little bit tighter, you pay this account down just a little bit, or do X, Y, and Z, we'll get that credit score from a 700 to a 740, thereby giving you a quarter better interest rate. How many of you out there have closed on your home and you didn't have that conversation with your loan officer? That's the kind of conversations we have with our clients every single day. 934-1400. Folks, we've got a new sponsor of Mortgage Matters on Saturdays. Mother Earth Meats is now located at the Shrimp Dock in Farragut. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mother Earth Meats, but I was over by there the other day, and I was blown away at the assortment of meats. It's not just steak and potatoes and things like that. They had caribou fillets, they had elk, they had ground antelope, just beautiful. It's all fresh, locally sourced, and grass-fed, beautiful, beautiful products. So go visit Mother Earth Meats over at the Shrimp Dock in Farragut. We're going to segue now to WhitneyBuysHouses.com. I've got this business card in my hand, and I need my shades on because it's so bright. So anytime you go around town and you see a bright fluorescent orange business card, Whitney has been there. Right? So Whitney, thank you for coming onto the show today. Why don't you just start out by telling us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll probably finish this segment up shortly after that, and then we'll come back and talk really about your business and your business model.
Well, thank you for having me here. I love Saturday sessions. That's what I call it when I'm in the office on Saturdays, and I can get a lot done on Saturdays because everybody's in the mood to buy a house. Well, I'm in the mood to buy a house every day. And I am a real estate broker. Whitney Buys Houses, LLC is my firm name. I've also got an auction company, but I really specialize in helping people who don't want their house anymore. And it may be that they don't have time to list it and wait 54 days or 6 months or however long it takes to sell a house. It may be that people inherited a house and they don't live in Knoxville and they want to just get rid of it quickly and go back to Washington or wherever they're from. I also deal with landlords. Sometimes landlords get tired of being landlords and they call me and I can take over a rental house or apartment or whatever they have that they just don't want anymore.
How do they find you?
I've got a website. It's WhitneyBuysHouses.com. I am working on some more lead pages so that anytime you are looking to get rid of something in Knoxville or Knox County or Jefferson County or any of the surrounding counties, then I pop up more. But right now you can call me at 865-309-4500 or fill out a property information sheet on our website, WhitneyBuysHouses.com.
Whitney, how did you get involved in this business model?
I started flipping houses in 2009 with my mom and dad. And then in 2011, I decided that if anybody was going to be representing my mom and making a commission off of her house purchases, it ought to be me.
Right.
So I went to real estate school and got my license.
Keep it in the family, right?
That's right.
Thanks,
That's
Mom.
right.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Best customer ever. But I went to real estate school and I worked with Pal Auction for a number of years with my auction license as well. And they were wonderful people. And then I went to school in Florida to learn how to buy houses myself instead of listing and showing kitchens on Sundays and doing all that traditional kind of real estate stuff.
Right.
So I've been doing that for about a year and a half. I just had my anniversary in July for 1
Congratulations.
year in
All right.
business. Thank you. I'm excited. We had a little celebration on Facebook. I've got Whitney Buys Houses on Facebook, and it's fun. I put real estate tidbits up there about every day, and I put all of our houses up on the Facebook page, and it's always fun when people share that.
So tell me, when you're out there looking for houses to buy, sometimes people will contact you, but do you just kind of drive around looking around? How do you go about your process when you find homes?
I like certain neighborhoods, so I will tend to drive through that neighborhood several times, and you'll notice houses that are vacant. They've got this layer of dust on the car in the carport, or they've got last fall's leaves still in the gutter, or they don't have any curtains, or there's just a way, if you start looking at houses, you can tell which ones are vacant. So
Right.
I'll sometimes, very often, will hunt down the owner. And I love summertime because there's always somebody mowing the yard once a week. So if I can time it right and God will provide it right, the lawn boy will know where the owner lives, and I can go over there and say, I want to buy your house really bad. What can we make happen?
And so when you approach these folks, what are they? I mean, my house isn't for sale, but they're not keeping it up. This is part of the process that you're noticing. What are their situations? What are you learning about these families?
The most recent house that I was just talking about is actually in my neighborhood, and I saw the lawn boy out mowing, and I stopped, and it was actually the man that lives across the street from me that owns this house. So I went and talked to him and just have a conversation. I say, what's the deal? And he said, well, we haven't lived in that house in 3 or 4 years. We built this nice new house, but that house needs some work. It needs a kitchen. It's only got 1 bathroom, and nobody wants to buy it. We tried to list it. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I'll buy it if that's okay with you. And he said, yeah, that'd be great. That would be fabulous. How soon? And I said, well, take me about a week to get my paperwork together, and we need to go look at it and make sure that I can tackle it. But we bought it in about a week.
That's fantastic. So hopefully, I think probably there's a lot of people in the marketplace today that fit that description.
Yes.
I moved back into the house that I tried to sell on the lake in Friendsville, and it just wasn't the right time for the market, so I decided to move